All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in that technicolor rainbow in between, it's your boy Trey Proper.
It's your boy Big Herb.
And Mr. Petty.
And we are Blurs of
Bitch.
What up?
Man.
This week, we come to you guys live and direct again.
Via Zoom.
Via satellite, via Zoom.
Yeah, satellite.
But it is a very special weekend because we have a birthday. So, yes. Mr. Petty, we are happy to celebrate this. Your I don't know how many rotations around the sun you've had, but that many.
39.
There you go.
Hey,
so,
happy birthday, bro.
We're not gonna sing.
Appreciate it.
We're not gonna sing.
I know. We don't have we don't have copyright.
I think that's free domain. We could sing it, but I don't feel like singing.
I was about to say.
Yeah, I think Michael Jackson actually owns it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Michael Jackson's state owns it.
We have to sing the Stevie Wonder version, and we can't do that.
Yeah.
So we're just not going to sing.
I appreciate the birthday shout out. So it's an odd time. A party of one. The quarantine lockdown got me out here, just doing solo. So this is probably one of the strangest birthdays I've had by myself. So it's just like where you want to do something, but you can't. I had the time off. I already scheduled my time off, and then this happened. So I'm like, well, I'm still getting paid. So it's paid vacation to stay home. Staycation.
Well, I mean, dude, we're healthy. That's all we can be grateful for at this point.
Yeah, and, it's we do Skype, we do Zoom, we do Facebook Messenger, we do it all.
Exactly. So if you want to send some birthday love his way, hit him up in DMs. But I'm pretty sure he would appreciate some cash apps. So
share, and give me money.
Exactly. And y'all bound to remember that on February 16th, 2021. So in honor of Mr. Petty on his birthday, we're going to just go ahead and roll it out. His character of the week. Are we
It's my birthday weekend, so guess what the character week is going to be? A spirit animal, a guy who's near and dear to me, which is Raphael. He's an asshole. The true leader of the Ninja Turtles. Raphael was part of the 4 original Turtles that was made in a comic book from Mirage Comics back in 1984. Created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Lade. But the true reason why he got so popular as he is now is because of the 1987 cartoon, which debuted on several syndication television channels. Then that spawned a franchise of toys, a toy lineup, and then that also sparked several live-action movies. Raphael is cool, but rude. He's an asshole. His weapon of choice is the Sai. In the video games, he was often used as a short-range but quick character. So some people who played as him were really fans of him. Also, one of the only turtles to keep the same color bandana throughout all the various incarnations of the cartoons, comics, and websodes, and anything that's on the franchise. He kept the same classic red bandana. He's a brash, bold, hot-headed, angry, short-tempered, fiercely loyal and protective of his brother. Ironically, in the comics, he has a close relationship with Michelangelo. So the big brother, little brother relationship dichotomy there. Same thing with Leonardo. Now, with him and Leonardo, there's always a big, sibling rivalry. Or because, he's seen as the golden child or the prominent leader. And then Raphael is the problem child and combative and always vying for leadership or to do his own thing. A rebel, if you say. He's an asshole. In the classic 80s cartoon, he was voiced by Rob Paulsen, a very iconic voice actor. He's done so many voices. We're not even going to get down to him. So most of the time when people hear his voice, they think of him or the movie version in the early 90s version, such as iconic lines like him being angry that he lost a Sai. So he kept saying damn a lot. Loved it. He also has, they also showed in the movie his tumultuous yet somewhat friendly rivalry, sometimes unfriendly rivalry with Casey Jones, a vigilante who's just as hot-headed, tempered, psychotic basically, as Raphael is. So sometimes the problems that he has with Casey Jones is the problem that people also have with Raphael. So Raphael kind of sees what people go through when dealing with him. Again, he's such an asshole. I love him in the early 90s movie when he said a line such as, like, you guys must have watched the abridged version of ninjutsu. Or, how do you guys expect to beat me? And then more foot soldiers came out. He's like, good answer. Good answer. Now, in the most recent debacle of a movie of the Ninja Turtles franchise, he was more seen as like an anti-hero, Clint Eastwood, Wolverine type archetype, which still kind of fits his motif, so I'm not too mad at that. But all in all, they kept the same like brashness with him. So throughout all the incarnations, Raphael has managed to be an asshole. And that's why, you know, that's my guy. All right, back to you guys.
Asshole.
Because he's an asshole. Like, seriously, if you see Raphael and then look at me, and if you know me, you're like, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
No, because I was actually saying, like I said, there was actually a couple of lines I did forget too, like the whole like, he's like, what happened? It's the two newspaper from the news. Like, oh, what do you think? A couple of throw pillows, a TV news reporter. What do you think, huh?
Yo, that damn the movie is just like I can watch that
Why?
1 million times.
I don't know.
Thank God for Netflix.
Kaseko back? Please tell me.
Please tell me they paid money. But you know what's actually really funny though? That first movie that came out, like let's say like that was at 1990, 88, 89, 90. When that movie came out, the tone and the set design and everything for that movie was really, really dark because it was mostly nighttime. They're ninjas. They got to blend in. That movie was complained by most parents because they said the tone of the movie was too dark. But if you think about that movie, it was actually way ahead of its time because all of a sudden, because everybody's like used to superhero movies being a little bit more lighthearted and campy. Mm-hmm. That was before Batman did his thing too. So now we got like the darker superheroes and the darker movies now are all the thing, and they're all PG-13.
Yeah.
So like I said, New Line Cinema definitely like paved the way for like a lot of stuff that people don't realize, and that's one of them. Dark movies, superheroes, more adult-oriented stuff. You know, that whole thing. Blade was also New Line. Like I think Blade was probably the last good New Line movie because I mean back in the day you see like the random floating strips in a square. You're like, oh, I don't know what's about to come on, but it's going to be
Friday
fun.
was too.
Yeah.
Friday was
fire.
Too.
It's gonna be fire.
Yeah. So segue to the next thing.
Quick Blade reference though. When he's in the hospital and the cop shoots at him, he turns around and has the blackest moment of all time.
Motherfucker, you out of your mind?
Like I don't even think that was like I think that was like an outtake that it's kept in it because like maybe one of the bullets like hit him or something or a blood packet exploded too hard. He just looked back at the people who were firing at him like, this is a movie. Like,
all right, guys. So we got to keep moving. We all love Ninja Turtles and Blade, but yeah. So this week we of course had the next episode in succession on the dark side of the ring, and I'll ask you guys your opinions about this episode. But they talked about the Brawl for All. Let's go around the horn. How do you guys feel about this episode?
Go ahead, Herb.
God damn. Mainly just I remember the whole entire thing as a kid, but the one of the most daring one of the most telling things that I will always remember about it was, like I told you guys last week, as far as my favorite WrestleMania was WrestleMania 15. That was the Brawl for All when Butterbean was on there. And the way that Bart Gunn head just spun back like, and it's just it smacked against the ropes. It's just amazing. I remember when me and my dad was Papa Roy was watching it, and he was like, "That shit is real." It's like, I don't know about the other stuff, but that shit is real. So it was just like, to this day, you watch those beautiful
hits.
Chaos.
No, it was
beautiful chaos. No, I'm talking about that last hit was just beautiful chaos. It was just the death blow to
the whole thing was a cluster F. So it was like, I don't know. But go, Rick, what you think?
So before, like I alluded to some of this last week, I actually know a lot about the Brawl for All because, you know, I love fighting. I've loved boxing. I grew up loving boxing. I'm a big MMA guy. I love wrestling. So I started like reading and finding whatever I could about this before this episode. So I already knew it was a clusterfuck. I didn't know that this was Vince Russo's baby. And it just reaffirmed. I fucking hate that guy. I hate him. I hate everything that he's about. I hate his stupid ass goatee. I hate his slick back hair. I hate his ideas. I think I want to go to the Jim Cornette school of hating Vince.
Okay.
Jim Cornette said a couple weeks ago on the episode of Dark Side of the Ring that I'm going to make sure that I outlive him so that I can piss on his grave.
I remember that.
I'm going to join Jim Cornette in pissing on this man's grave.
He'd be like, excuse me. I got the next round.
Hold up. Oh, real quick. Chuck Clark said Bart Gunn invented the Harlem Shake. God damn, dude.
I hated everything about the fact that he started it because he has dislike for Bradshaw. Like, come on, man. You're getting it essentially killed Dr. Death Steve Williams' whole career. He never recovered from it.
Yes.
Like, that's fucking crazy. All because you hate one guy. You're an asshole, man. And he deserves all the hatred that he gets.
I mean, it's go ahead, Cam.
Nah, for me, like Rick said, like I've seen like all the footage behind the scenes stories of the Brawl for All, and I just laugh. Like I said, Bruce Pritchard has it on his podcast. There's actually a WWE one of those behind the scene things on it too. Like they've had several podcasts. I've heard all the stories. Like I didn't want to say it until we actually watched the episode because I was saving it for the episode because I was like, yeah, the whole thing was because like what's his name, Vince Russo. That was actually one of his first ideas too. That was straight at the gate. Look, let's have these people box. But like everything was so bad. Like no one had all the rules regulated. This is before UFC was a thing. Like by then, Ultimate Fighting was going on, and Tough Man competitions was going on at the time. So UFC wasn't really like formed by then. Even though you had people like Dan Severn, you had Ken Shamrock, you had like all these collegiate wrestlers and legit. Yeah. Dan Severn. No. I'm naming all these people who have UFC back, who have mixed martial arts background.
Oh, okay.
Like Ken Shamrock, he didn't want to do it because like when he was a professional fighter and was getting hurt like on purpose, he was paid way more than what they were offering the winner purse for Brawl for All. So he's like, yeah, I'm not going to fight these untrained guys that get injured or hurt for less money than I did when I fought like elite professionals at this. Yeah. So I'm out. And Dan Severn was in it, but then Dan Severn had to back out because Dan Severn was probably too good for it.
No, Severn, it's gonna reduce my aura as a fighter. Like he backed out. He was like, "This is crazy. I'm not doing this." That's literally one of the greatest fighters of all time who said, "Yeah, I'm not fucking with your fighting competition.
I'm not doing this."
Yeah, like I mean, like I said, that was Vince Russo's first idea, and like even on the show, you can see like it's not there at what he did. Like he knows that he's known for this stuff, and he's one of his biggest gripes in the wrestling industry, especially when he started, was he looked at people and was like, "Oh man, you guys are relics of the past." Vince Russo is a relic of his own past. Like everything he keeps saying, he refers to like what happened in like 1997. Yeah. Like he has not had a good idea, and you can quote me on this too, if you look at his track record, because he's worked for WCW, he's worked for TNA twice, and he still watches the product, but for the most part, he hasn't had a good idea since 1998.
Yeah. I mean, but it's also the legend that he was sent by Vince over to WCW to help that shut down. So,
like I said, we always, when we talked about it last time, we all realized like there's a difference between an idea guy. Like, so Vince Russo had ideas, and what he does, he'll spitball like 4 or 5 ideas, and like maybe 1 or 2 of them will work on the show, and it'll be a hit, and they'll make it work with the wrestler. That's how he did it. He approached pro wrestling, and let's be real, like all of us are fans of the Attitude Era. Yeah, we can thank Vince Russo for that. We have to give him where credit's due. But the thing is, the end all be all at WWF at the time was Vince McMahon. So he'll spit like 4 or 5 ideas. Vince's like, no, all right, that one. And then that goes and be success. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, hey, I'm a great idea guy. And he believed his own hype. He goes to WCW where there is no one to tell him no. So he goes there and just like shit cans like WCW. Then he turns around after, he's been known for that death of WCW. Then he goes to TNA and he worked there for like literally like 1 or 2 years, then left and then came back for like another 4 or 5 years. And TNA was a viable competition at the time. It had hope. Go ahead.
He put Buff Bagwell's mom on a pole.
Yeah. I forgot.
Correction.
Oh.
Correction. Not a pole, a forklift. He put some wrestler's mom on a forklift and said, y'all fight for her.
And people wonder why. We've been watching this stage stuff for literal decades. Like, we've been watching this because you don't know what you're going to get from week to week. You don't know what's going to happen. You can kind of guess.
I want something good. I don't want to be shock for shock value, and that's what Vince Russo was working.
But that's what we grew up with.
Yeah. But he alluded to his mindset for writing wrestling. He
Jerry
said
Springer.
in the episode, he was like, yeah. He said we would have Jerry Springer on as we were writing shows. And that tells you everything about his mindset. And then if you actually listen to his podcast, he always talks about how much he hates professional wrestling. Bitch, you made your fortune in professional wrestling.
Exactly.
You can show a little bit of respect to it.
That's the main reason why Jim Cornette like hates him so much, because to this day he's all like, it was a bad idea. Like, you realize how many millions of dollars you wasted and how many careers, like, there was so many injuries. Like, to this day, like Bruce Pritchard and everybody's talking about, like, Bruce Pritchard, JR, Jim Cornette, when they mention that, they talk about like the amount of hospital bills that happened. Like, they had to pay a lot of those guys for the time off that they didn't have. That's before they even had guaranteed contracts, because they knew that they legit messed up these people's careers.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then
Hindsight 2020, the person that was supposed to win, his career failed. The person that won, his career failed. The person who it was intended target for the whole time actually had the more successful career out of it. JBL became, out of everybody in that whole thing, JBL became world champion.
Exactly.
And then the fact that what's the name? JR even said the very first week, this shit is not good. I don't like it. I think it's doomed to fail.
Everybody knows
as soon as the first week.
It's such good shit.
Speaking of which, we're going to get to that as well, but we get this is not the Brawl for All show. So, but personally, it had lackluster. I'm not going to say it had lackluster. It was it didn't live up to the hype of the previous episodes for me. I was not as enthralled as I was with the other stories. I like the aspect of them going deeper into detail about what happened, but
real quick interjection. It's almost impossible for anybody to follow New Jack.
You're right. Because New Jack was captivating his own way.
That's an impossible task.
The only shining moment that I saw in this was, of course, our wrestler of the week. And that was the Godfather himself.
For your pimp daddy.
AKA Papa Shango, AKA the Good Father. What else is it? AKA
I forgot about the Good Fathers.
Yeah.
AKA
so he
Mustafa when he was with the Nation.
Yes. He is I think he's only gotten the IC title. That's the only one he's gotten. But
he never got a hardcore?
He might have had the hardcore title. He might have. I have to look at it.
It had to be like the 24/7 rule or something like
that.
But
before until about the time that we started getting the real internet, I did not know that he was Papa Shango. I had no idea. I was a young wrestling fan. I thought they were totally different people. So it wasn't until later that we got to see him. And plus, he was in better shape as the Godfather than he was as Papa Shango. So he looked totally different. He's a 6'6" monster with a baby face, but you couldn't tell him with the paint on his face.
Oh, man.
But how about the fact that he said that he hates pimps, and he was like, I'm giving y'all 5 seconds to get the fuck out of my bar right now. and then just start smacking each one of them as soon as they came through.
Only to have a career as being a pimp.
Right. You start out, you're a bar manager smacking out pimps. You hate pimps. Then the thing that puts you into the WWE Hall of Fame is being a pimp.
I mean, because we all love the whole train. We all love the whole train. He was an over character. Like that character was so over. And like just think about the time period where they're like there's women, scantily clad women dancing around this black dude. And he couldn't dance for shit, dude. That was always funny to me.
All you had to do is raise the roof.
That's all you could do.
This wasn't that. That was.
Him and Teddy Hart should have. I mean, him and Teddy Long should have like a dance off.
A dance off.
It would just
shake the ring
come down to two dudes doing this.
Oh my God. No, but like what we found. Well, I knew it beforehand.
Hold on, player.
What we found out from the documentary this week is also he actually started out in was it WCW with The Undertaker when he was Mean Mark Calloway, and he was called the
Soul Taker.
The Soul Taker. So just a little bit of trivia there.
So what you're saying is Undertaker stole his gimmick from a black man.
I didn't say that. But you might be right.
But you know, also, yeah, I don't know if you're going to already mention it, but you haven't mentioned it yet. But like, he's also probably had one of the more lucrative post wrestling careers because he actually now owns a strip joint in Vegas called I think it's called Cheetahs or Chi-Chi's.
He owns Cheetahs? That. Hold on, he owns Cheetahs?
Yeah. He's the manager there.
And there's a screenshot.
Coronavirus just blew my life so bad. I was going to go back there when I went to Vegas this month.
You are not allowed to go into Cheetahs and be like, oh, Trey.
I absolutely was going to do it. I absolutely was going to do it. I was going to go to the DJ booth. I'm going to go to the DJ because I'm going back to Vegas. I don't give a shit what no one says. I'm going to go to the DJ booth and I'm going to request this. And I might go in there with a little vest on and a cane.
No. You can just imagine Rick just coming in like.
Boom. Well, then you officially have Rock Lesnar and the Godfathers. Like just
no. Me and the Godfather can go in the back and smoke up a fatty, and I don't even smoke.
I think he's actually had D'Lo Brown as one of his bouncers too for a bit too. So it's yeah, he's still doing it. You know? It's a good thing.
See, could you imagine my drunk ass with the Godfather and D'Lo?
That's
Brown?
why I said you can't do it.
like, hey man, you got it. I ain't gonna do it. You missed with the real deal now.
Like, do you know the lyrics to your song at all? Here's your receipt.
No. There are lyrics. I thought I'm having Tourette's syndrome in the background. Aaron LaGrange says New Jack should have been the last episode. I agree. They should say
no, because the last episode is going to be spoiler, but I mean it's going to be the Owen Hart story. So that's a good way to end the season.
And then you actually have Jimmy Snuka next week. So I'm interested to see that one.
Oh man.
Save it. I know. Everybody got something to say about this one. It's okay. All right, so we got to keep the train moving. Speaking of bad decisions, what are we drinking this week?
Oh no! What are you drinking is the question. Go ahead, Trey.
I'll start.
In case everybody has not caught on by now, I usually rely on the other guys to make my drinks because I am terrible at making drinks. So I'll start off with my debauchery. I actually only had about that much of. We're drinking. The liquor of the week is Crown Royal, and each of the guys has gotten their own individual bottles for whatever reasons. I got apple and I had a little bit of peach, so I put them together in the same cup, along with some lime, and yeah. I was like, okay, it's like rum and Coke. All right, I put some little cola in there.
No,
and I've been drinking it.
How about we call your drink bad decisions?
Every drink he makes is called bad decisions.
Exactly. It's all bad decisions.
It's like a sequence, like bad decisions.
The person who is suffering the most in this whole quarantine amongst the Blurs and Whiskey guys is me because I ain't getting good drinks now. And I can't just keep drinking straight drinks.
I'm about to say, this point, just drink it straight, man. You just have no choice, man. Put it on the rocks, man.
Hey, real quick interjection. I'm sorry, but this is worth a break in. So I just saw somebody that I know just mentioned in the comments. Shout out Carl McCullough. He was in the building the night Owen died.
Oh shit!
Oh wow,
that's crazy.
Okay.
I would love to hear his recount on that one because
he saw it.
Yeah, he said he was in the building.
Wow.
And he still watches wrestling?
Hey, off camera guy, we might have to find a way to get him to call it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go around the horn. What do you guys drinks? Let's stay focused. Go to your drinks.
Yeah.
Me? All right, birthday boy. Cool.
Birthday boy.
So I did Crown Royal Apple. It's the first thing I grabbed. I also figured taste-wise that can go well with anything because unlike Mr. Proper here, I have a refined palate. So I mixed Crown Royal Apple with cranberry juice and a hint of lime. Simple, effective, tastes great.
Rick?
I got some Crown Royal vanilla, a Starbucks vanilla frappuccino, and just to spice things up a little bit, put a couple shots of Jägermeister in there. You know, just something simple. Nice little Irish coffee, but you know what I mean, for college students getting ready for finals.
Did you throw pumpkin spice in there too, man?
No, I didn't make it basic.
Are your Ugg boots really comfortable?
If I'd put that in there, I'd call it a Becky.
That drink has to come with Ugg boots, though. For real. Like that drink comes with Ugg boots and daddy.
The color of the lining. Like, look at the color of it. It's the color of the lining of Ugg boots.
Yeah.
So you're gonna call it the Ugg boot. All right, cool.
I had Crown Apple along with Simply Apple, and it tastes great.
Okay. So you mix apple with apple. I mean, that's pretty good. That works. I mean, like Crown Royal Apple with the apple juice. Actually, if you really want to do apple with apple, you should do Crown Royal Apple with apple cider.
That actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Take notes, Trey. Seriously, dude. Like, no, seriously, man. Like, if you ever have problems, just like I'm a text, phone call. We're in the same group chat. Hit me up, man. Friends don't let friends drink horrible liquor. Like,
it's not horrible liquor. It's just a horrible combination. I'm gonna get better at this.
You forgot to mention the cherry that you threw in there too.
I took the cherry out.
Tell them about the cherry. What was the cherry mixed
with? It was actually my mama's suggestion to put the cherry in there. Anyway, moving on. Next topic.
Don't blame this on your mama.
Next topic.
Next topic, more bad drinks.
So, of course, with the pandemic that's been going on, a lot of things have been shut down, and we are left with not much sports to watch. So we are left with pretty much UFC and wrestling. So that's why we've been pretty heavy on the wrestling as of late, because they're the only ones that's doing anything. And we had the biggest show of the year this past Sunday. The second part we couldn't talk about because, of course, it was later that night. So we're going to get into a little bit of WrestleMania Night 2 right now. And there's really only one thing to talk about.
The Firefly Funhouse match.
Yeah. My mama said, "Don't blame that BS on me." Really?
Exactly.
Really, Mom?
Yeah. Do not blame it on Mom.
She suggested it anyway.
Threw your ass right under the bus.
Dude, that drink was bad before. She tried to help you out. That drink was already bad.
It's still bad.
That drink was bad. And all she did was try to help you out, make it fit better. Like, maybe try this cherry. Yes. Hopefully it'll work out. But yeah, exactly. The Firefly Funhouse. Yeah. That Quentin Tarantino wrestling match.
Threw you under the bus.
Listen, can I start? I'm gonna start.
Go ahead.
There are times when you watch things and you watch them and you say, I think I'm going crazy, but I kind of like the fact that I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
Everything about that match was off the wall and fucking nuts, and I enjoyed every last minute of it. That was essentially Bray Wyatt and John Cena going to Vince and saying, this is what we want to do. Leave us the fuck alone. And Vince going, you know what?
All right.
Whatever. Have that. Everything from the reality warping to the traveling back in time, all of it was amazing. the 80s promo that they cut behind the old
the blue cage.
Good
The blue cage. People don't pick that
Look,
up though. The blue steel cage. I was like,
Yeah.
oh wow.
when Bray Wyatt says, "I'm introducing my tag team partner," he doesn't have any talent, but wait till you see his muscles. I lost my shit. I thought it was amazing. I was sitting there watching it and I was going, you know what? I didn't like the Boneyard match initially when I was watching it, but this is what wrestling is. And this is what wrestling is supposed to make you feel like. You know what I mean? I thought it was amazing. I thought if that was John Cena's last match, well then shit, he got some more of my respect because that shit was amazing. I love that.
I'll go second because I'll piggyback off of that particular match too. Because as I try to look back onto like everything that happened, unfortunately, like the highlight of that is the Firefly Funhouse match. To me, it reminded me of playing like 2K19 and how like weird and certain like DLC, like a wrestling DLC. That's what it was like to me. I mean, it was just interesting seeing like, you know, how like John Cena went from like Thugonomics to like looking like JBL. Now it's just like a crazy thing going on. But the other highlight for me is, I'm pretty sure Rick enjoyed it, was Brock Lesnar getting kicked in the face 4 times.
Yeah.
Look at the smile on his face.
Look at inside. Made me feel so good.
Look at the smile on his face.
Oh God, he lost the belt and it was given to a deserving Drew McIntyre. You deserve it, Brock. You deserve everything else you get. You son of a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, no, Chuck said, let's take a moment. Chuck said, let's take a moment to remember that I called the Funhouse match way in advance, and yes, I'm going to do this every time because I'm the shit. We kind of figured when they said Funhouse, we kind of all figured that, but you know, I'm giving you kudos for.
Do not, no, Rick, no.
There you go.
No,
okay.
Rick.
But no, how about the fact that
What's he gonna do?
when he kept on doing the ruthless aggression part, every single time that he swung, he did the you can look but you can't touch.
Oh man. And I was disappointed mostly by the Shayna Baszler Becky Lynch match. The roll up is just overly used. I think they could have done a lot better, but hey, hats off to them. There's WrestleMania. It's no crowd. You don't get no pops.
By the way, shout out to the fact that go ahead. What was you saying, Rick?
I was saying Shayna Baszler can't lose another match for a while. If they want to push her as this monster heel, she can't lose anymore after that. Yeah. Also, Edge and Randy Orton put on a marathon.
Yeah.
That was an hour-long match.
Yes.
And it's just like all you hear is grunting for 45 minutes. Like, I can't. How
about the elbow drop off the ceiling?
No, when he hung from the weight bench.
That's one.
Squatted on him like, whose idea was this?
The lap dance of doom.
That and then the
like you said, the elbow drop from the ceiling. Like
somebody posted it on the page. It was like something about Chris Benoit, and then
that was
was that you?
Remember? Yeah, well, no. Remember, we were watching it live, and when he did the whole like choking with the cable of the weight cable, I was like, shades of Chris Benoit, and everybody looked at me like, oh, I'm like, oh, like I was the one that did it. Like, come on, man.
You were all thinking it, but nah. Shout out to the fat guys with Otis winning and getting what's the name.
I do feel like that like Otis, like the Otis match should have had like a crowd reaction. Like the Drew McIntyre and the Otis match definitely in the last man standing, because it was like just like you said, you're watching in silence as they're grunting. But like I feel like we missed an opportunity with the Otis match. While it's not the greatest like spectacle bell to bell match, it had all the elements of a WrestleMania moment, especially at the end.
Real quick, can I give a hot take here? Just thinking about, you mentioned the Otis match and just thinking about something. Can we agree that Dolph Ziggler might be this generation's Mr. Perfect?
Yeah.
He never really grass ring, but he always will he puts people over. You know what I mean? Through his storytelling in these matches, he puts people over all the time. And I feel like I really don't want him to not get the credit that he's deserved. You know what I mean? Or I don't want him to be dead before people just like, oh, that man was a great worker and all that. Like, he does great work in the ring.
He does.
Yes,
he does. But
he
he's
does.
not going to, until he leaves WWE, he's not. He will shine the best in AEW.
Yeah.
Do you really think so though?
I think either ROH or AEW or New Japan.
ROH, no. Maybe New Japan, maybe AEW. Only reason I keep saying
I'm not talking about notoriety around the world. I'm saying as far as being able to get up the ladders.
I mean, no, but this is what I'm saying about like the AEW versus the WWE mindset of, all right, they're not being used in WWE. They go to AEW, they're going to be a star. Like, everyone cannot be a star. So
I didn't say everyone. I'm talking about Dolph Ziggler. He can talk on the mic. He can match. He can work a match. He sells his ass off.
I mean, honestly, I would love to see a Cody Rhodes versus Dolph Ziggler match. That would be an awesome main event. But what I'm saying is that everyone that's not being used in WWE gets automatically like tossed over to AEW. Like, oh, they'll do great over there. Like AEW's like.
I agree with you. I agree with you that everyone cannot go and be a star. What I am specifically saying is that Dolph Ziggler can go there and be a star.
But we didn't mention this on the show, but this kind of came up recently, so forgive me for just springing us on everybody. But speaking of people who left WWE and could possibly go into AEW, the revival, they recently got released from WWE. They've been asking for They've been asking for that release for a while. They've been pushed. They've been
asking.
pushed.
Ash fucked up that guy at the Hall of Fame.
That video, yes, that was so.
Yes,
all of us has worked security before can attest to, like, when you're throwing that guy out and we look around, make sure nobody's looking. We do that one little cheap shot. That's all.
Double shot.
Yeah,
he did like so good. It was the stiffest, quickest uppercut I've seen with the nonchalant. And then looks around like he's like, man, can you imagine like walking out and carrying that guy out? Like, man, can't believe like this guy rushed Bret Hart and got a broken nose. What are you talking about?
Oh, they worked him over.
Oh man,
bro, real quick. We kind of got on the subject, but I got to talk about this. So that guy, I'm pretty sure when that guy rushed the ring, he didn't anticipate that the first person that was going to get on him was a 6'5" UFC fighter. Travis Brown got in the ring so fast.
Yo.
It was on his. I was just like, yo, I feel bad for that guy. He's about to get fucked up by a big Samoan.
like he ran like if you look at the footage, you see people like Devon and who were just, because Devon was in shock, like, yo, this guy just rushed Bret Hart. Travis is already like he came further back. He was in like the catering.
Yeah. Goats.
And then this got him, and then everyone jumped in. I mean, you got to think about who jumped him right now at this point. You got Travis Brown, you got Davey Boy Smith, you got Natalia, you got like
everybody, the whole fucking roster.
Big E got a piece of him.
Yeah.
The Revival got in there. Like,
yeah.
That guy.
So, all right, we got to keep it moving. I'm sorry, I'm still thinking about that answer, but Big Herb, we got our throwback show of the week.
Yeah, so the throwback show of the week, we're gonna take it back to the network of the WB with the Wayans brothers.
The CW.
The WB. It was WB at the time.
WB.
The WB.
Viacom's Bitch channel.
The WB when they had Michigan J racist fraud.
But yeah, we're gonna talk about the Wayans brothers, which was actually a great show. It was it started on the first episode January 11th, 95, and the final episode, which we never got the final episode, May 20th of 99. It had spanned over 5 seasons, 101 episodes, which I didn't even realize it was that many episodes. But you had Sean and Marlon Wayans as Sean and Marlon Williams.
We're colored.
The late great John Witherspoon as Pops. You had Anna Horsford as
Cheers to him.
Yes. Cheers to Pops. My 3 questions as far as with the show: why the hell wasn't there a final episode? I mean,
because it was black. It's in the intro.
And even in what's the name of it?
Scary movie. Sean started stabbing the guy like, the Wayans brothers didn't even get a final episode. It was a good show. Marlon's
killing kind of woods, man.
Marlon's physical comedy, in my opinion, is second to none. He's a phenomenal physically comic as far as I'm concerned. And he's a very good comedian as well. And what was you guys' favorite episode? Mine was the Jerry Springer episode.
Yeah. So we do notice about the whole the commentary that they had on it too, like the Marlon, like they try to get Marlon to sell out episode. So here's all right. So here's my thing about like a lot of this is the thing, if you look at all fledgling networks at the time, especially in the 80s and 90s, Fox, UPN, WB, I can keep going, but here's what they do. They get like 4 or 5 primetime black shows. They'll get the black demographic, the loyal demographic, which will boost the ratings, and then they'll just chuck all that shit away and then make it all white.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fox had a Living Color, Living Single, Martin. Like Married with Children, even though that's not really a black show, but that was very controversial. And now look at Fox.
Black people identify with that show.
Yeah.
Right. So like UPN.
I still sit on my couch with my hand in my pants.
UPN is the same example. Like they had Homeboys in Outer Space, Malcolm and Eddie.
I forgot about that show. Oh yeah, I remember that show.
Like, and all these black shows at UPN when they first started, and then after started gaining some traction, guys started getting some boom, check that out. Moesha. Was Moesha the UPN or was that CW?
I think that was UPN.
That was UPN. All right. So then when WB happened, you know, they had like the Wayans brothers, they had Parenthood, God, was not Half and Half. Was that Half? I don't know. It was Sister.
Half was.
Yeah.
No,
so like
was Sister on ABC?
That was ABC. But what I'm saying is like they'll do their black shows. And then boom, and chuck it out. So that's my take on it. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah. My favorite episode of the Wayans Brothers was the Good Times episode. That was amazing. When John Witherspoon came dressed up like John Amos.
Oh my God!
I was losing my damn mind. Or Marlon dressed up as Michael and hinting at the actor who played Michael and him being gay, and like he would constantly keep grabbing Sean's butt. Michael. But I thought it was amazing. It was a hilarious show. And speaking of being able to pivot from, as you get, like Marlon went from being this great physical comedian and being able to like use his body to make people laugh or whatever. And now he's pivoted into being an actual stand-up comedian because he just did a tour. He has a special on Netflix, which is actually hilarious.
I think it was it 2?
It's just, they've just evolved.
Oh, just the one.
Huh? No,
you got 2.
Oh, I gotta look. Yeah,
I gotta look for the second one, but it just shows that Keenan set his brothers up to be able to be successful. He set his whole family up to be able to be successful. You know what I mean? And you can just the Wayans are a phenomenal black family, and they really are black royalty. Like I don't.
It's crazy how that family supports each other in all the things they do.
Hey, look, your mom trying to put a cherry in your drink to help that bullshit. So. Like she tried. She tried.
Trey, you playing with fire right now because they were coming to shut this whole shit down. You know they will. Yeah. No, but how about the fact when I remember as far as this something it didn't have to do with the Wayans brothers show, but on Don't Be a Menace and South Central while drinking your juice in the hood, when they was talking about Dashiki having a lot of kids. He said, "Yeah, she got more kids than Miss Wayans," and everybody was like, "Damn, that's a lot." That's a lot. And he also has a TV show on Netflix too, but I can't. Marlon, it was on NBC, and NBC kept it for one season, and then it was just like, this is too black. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, it's not the blackish we want. So what else we got?
Exactly.
The only way you're gonna have a black character on NBC is if it's like Stanley from The Office.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a black man.
Yo, that still, The Office is still one of them. But yeah, okay. All right. We're gonna get way off topic. We got to switch gears back to first things first. XFL fired all their employees. What else can they do? They have no purpose right now. Just going to keep shelling out money, and Vince is going to keep hemorrhaging, so they're all gone.
So you know what else is part of the pandemic that we've got to mention? Speaking of crazy billionaires, crazy rich white guys who think they can do whatever they want. Hey Rick, do you want to take over for Dana White segment? Because
So this nigga here decides that he wants to become Shang Tsung and bought a goddamn island. The UFC,
the Kumite at this point, it's the Kumite right now.
bought an island because they wanted to hold UFC 249, and up until I believe till yesterday, they were actually gonna have it, and they were gonna have fighters come in, but the straw that broke the camel's back was the higher ups for Disney essentially called Dana White and was like, "Hey, fucking stop! Like you got to chill out. We can't do this. Like you're essentially about to have a bunch of fighters come." And
wait, you said Disney?
Yeah, no, because Disney and ESPN.
Disney's the UFC signed a contract with ESPN, right? Disney owns ESPN, so
which is why you have SmackDown and stuff. But go ahead.
Right, but when you work with them, you work with the higher up as Disney. And I don't know who, like Michael Eisner stepped down, so I don't know who the new higher up is. Like, I forgot his name, but yeah, he made a direct call to Dana and was like, "And yo, you got to chill out. Like we can't do this. The liability is too much. You got to relax. Like I understand that you want to take all the losers' souls when they lose. we can't have you doing this. You got to chill out."
Just saying, like I don't see the problem. Like if they want to fight, if they're healthy, they're cleared, they want to fight, let them fight. The world needs entertainment, damn it. Like give us something.
Dude, what kind of gladiatorial...
If a dude shows up with 4 arms and 3 fingers on each arm, I need to go do some cardio because
it's funny everyone has like Mortal Kombat references. To me, I had like the Into the Dragon reference because I'm sitting thinking like, I just wanted him to be like, Ohara's treachery has betrayed us, or something like that.
Say mate.
I was gonna say, what was that movie that Jean-Claude Van Damme was in, but they had to fight? Yes,
the Quest.
I would like to leave your island.
I can see Conor McGregor saying that to Dana White though.
Who the fuck is this guy? but
it's really bad. No, go ahead, Rick. Because I was
thinking about the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie where he went and fought for that golden dragon. I'm just like, if this one pulls a golden,
the Quest,
if he pulls a golden dragon out of the back, I don't know if I can watch this.
But the fact that everybody on Twitter was like, ESPN and Twitter and Disney, you're a piece of shit for trying to stop, dude. It's looking out for people. I mean, it's just common sense. Not a good idea.
People don't understand about what pandemic means because they don't understand how dangerous it could be. Like, I'm going to send them to a remote island where they're far away from people, so they won't touch people. Like that. I know what Dana White was thinking. I'm going to get these people far away from people, and then we're going to just have like a couple of film crew people. They're all checked out. Everybody's all healthy, and then we're going to film a fight scene. I'm like, nah. But, it's funny because we did mention how we're going to do transitioning from this to to video game
movie adaptations. So,
because like I said, Mortal Kombat is the best one, seconded by Sonic now.
I don't know if Sonic was so good. Like
it really was.
I know nobody wants to believe me on this, but Sonic.
I believe you.
I've seen it. I'm just saying, but like
I've seen it.
Mortal Kombat was such a great
Donut Lord.
Right time. It came
Donut
right.
Lord. He called him Donut Lord. That's awesome.
Mortal Kombat,
in my opinion, though, as a movie guy who's watched a lot of movies, Mortal Kombat pretty much ripped off Into the Dragon. The whole premise of Mortal Kombat was pretty much Into the Dragon.
Yeah, with superpowers, yes.
Yeah. So
which made it better because we're blurs and whiskey.
I'm sorry. Did you say something is better than Bruce Lee?
Yes.
Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes, I did. I'd like to see Bruce Lee go in the Mortal Kombat tournament and fight Scorpion and win.
Liu Kang.
I was about to say
that's Liu Kang. Oh wait, he is Liu Kang. Never mind. I take it back. I take it back. I was wrong.
Sir, I was going to say, sir, when they added weapons to Mortal Kombat, they gave Liu Kang nunchucks.
But
I said I admit it.
Some of the other ones didn't do as well because for me the top of the list of all the worst ones is a tie between Double Dragon and Super Mario Brothers. As far as like the worst video game adaptation movie.
No, Super Mario Brothers takes the cake on that one.
Have you seen Double Dragon?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yes.
I will watch. We lost Cam.
Oh shit.
We lost Burger Boy.
So we talked about this earlier. I've seen Double Dragon. I've seen Super Mario Brothers. Both abysmal. The worst is by far Alone in the Dark. So there's a director. His name is Uwe Boll. Look him up.
Yeah, he is hard. No, he's really bad.
He specifically will take video games and try to make them into movies. I don't know how he keeps getting the budget for this. People apparently like to give him millions of dollars because they need a tax shelter or something to lose money. Alone in the Dark.
You know that had a sequel, right?
I do.
They made two of them.
Dude, I'm telling you, Uwe Boll goes to people and they're like, "Oh, here, take my money, make the shitty movie." Alone in the at least with Super Mario Brothers and Double Dragon, you get some type of references to the video games. It gives you something. Alone in the Dark gives you nothing and continues to take from you. It is the worst movie I have ever seen. I sat there.
It's Christmas Slater and Tara Reid.
Yes.
Quick, worse than Black Ninja?
Nigga, way worse. Because you know why? Imagine Black Ninja with a budget.
There's no excuse for how bad that movie is, though. But all right. So
shout out to Chuck Clark for giving us that horrible movie.
But what about Resident Evil franchise? Because for me,
they have a mega budget though.
The first one,
people still watching.
The first movie was actually good. Really good. We did like the first one. All right, Trey, tell me you didn't like that scene where the black guy, one laser beam, jump, whatever. What you got? Next laser beam, duck, ha. Third laser beam. Was in the middle? What am I gonna do? Jump or duck? All of a sudden it turns into a grid, and then he just literally just has this look on his face like
he's like shit.
There's nothing I can do. I accept my fate, but fuck.
They're all. I put those in the same category as I put the Fast and Furious movies. I hate them.
So the second one was pretty bad. The third one I don't remember.
And they killed off the entire daggone cast from the games in the second to last movie, and they didn't even show them getting killed. Like that shit.
Real quick, I gotta bring this back. What you're not going to do is sit here and disrespect the Fast and Furious franchise, all right?
Thank you. Yes, I am. You're not going to do that. They can go fast and fuck themselves. How about that?
Hey, listen. We're family. Those movies are about
The only reason why I've seen as many of those movies as I have is because my son.
Don't blame it on your child. You're blaming it on your mother. Now you're trying to blame it on your child. Don't do that.
I can definitely blame it. It's my child.
I told you.
You gonna throw your son on the bus?
Go see number 9. We're going to go see number 9 together. They can go with me.
No,
Yes, I am. If I gotta hold the knife to your back, you're going to see number 9 with me.
You guys, you realize this is being recorded, right?
That's fine.
His mic went out. What are you talking about?
Right. But no, I gotta say, Sonic is
cars.
That was Trey for a minute. That was little Trey for a minute. But Jamaica said, "Did anybody see Doom?" Yeah, we saw Doom with the Croc in it.
We're not gonna
again.
It had reference to the game.
The first person, the scene where it goes first person, that was amazing. The Rock getting the BFG and saying that's a big fucking gun, that was pretty good. Other stuff in the movie, let's leave it where it is.
What about y'all ever see DOA? Dead or Alive, that fighting game movie?
Yes. Yeah.
Kevin Nash was
in it.
Yeah. Kevin Nash was playing bass or bass, whatever.
The one black guy in that game is a damn Teletubby. I refuse to watch that.
So
he's
I
also the black antagonist in that fighting movie with Channing Tatum. So he has a fight background.
Okay,
well,
so here's the question. As we close out, fighting movie with Channing Tatum can.
Hey, Magic Mike got some hands.
Okay, out of the plethora of movies out there, games out there, what video game do you want to see transitioned into be made a movie? Let's start out with the birthday boy.
Most of them already movies already. I mean, like Red Dead. Red Dead.
Okay, Red Dead Redemption. Oof.
Yeah.
Okay. Almost
that would be a really good one if it's done right. If y'all want to join in on a fan page, we can do a fan cast of that movie. Hashtag Mr. Petty.
Proper poll.
That'd be a good proper poll too. Yeah. But I say Red Dead Redemption would be a good one.
That would be
close second would be Bully. I think that would be a really good like coming of age teen comedy action something.
I want a second Bully game. How about that?
Yeah.
Rockstar,
new Rockstar.
Yeah. I know. Rockstar takes forever.
Yeah, they do because they know you're gonna wait for it.
Yeah, you're
right. They did just drop Red Dead.
I'm gonna be a typical gaming fan. I want it now.
I would say ask Herb what he wants, but he's gonna say Madden. So
hold a second. I actually had one lined up and he took it away from me. Damn it. So Rick, go ahead because I gotta remember it because he just threw me off.
If you just noticed a little bit, I just went off camera for a minute because I had to grab something. I need it.
Yes, we're doing that on Netflix. Netflix is doing it.
Pump it directly into my veins. I want it and I need it.
It's the same people.
They're trying because of The Witcher. Netflix is in talks with God of War to get that done on Netflix.
Boy,
yeah, that's it.
Toss a coin for your Aries. God of War.
I was actually gonna go with what's the name? What's the name of the damn game? GOT. What's the name? Not just the driving game. Grand Theft Auto.
We've already got.
Because if you stole the thunder with Red Dead, I was gonna go with Red Dead. So I gotta pick something else. At this point, shit. Because God of War was actually really good. I can't wait for that.
So you want Gone in 60 Seconds with more violence?
Why not? Why the hell not? Shit.
More violence and prostitutes that you can actually have.
Why not?
Right. So essentially, Herb wants a snuff film as a movie.
Yeah, why the hell not?
Yo, I remember Manhunt.
Yeah.
Dog.
Remember Piggly? Oh.
We got to do a show where we talk about just video games.
Video games. Yeah, because this is actually a good one. Maybe we do this next week. All right, go ahead.
Shout out to Rockstar for being amazing and just giving us.
But like I said, all the games are pretty much movies, though.
They are. Dude, Red Dead Redemption 2 had a better Western story here.
Yes.
Oh, camera guy, shut up. I didn't get a chance to say anything.
Go ahead, Trey.
Metal Gear Solid. They can't hear you. Never mind. Okay, Metal Gear Solid.
Don't peek behind the curtain.
So you guys can't hear off camera guy while we're doing this format, but he stole my thunder. That's why I was doing that. But Metal Gear Solid is one of those games that it has waxed and waned over the years. But who would we get to play Solid Snake?
Who? Nah.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
No. I would say the Liam, one of the Liam brothers. That's not Thor, but the other one.
The one from the Expendables?
Hemsworth.
Yeah,
Liam Hemsworth. Yeah, Liam Hemsworth. Yeah. I think he'd be a good Solid Snake.
That'd be what's up.
Maybe his brother could be Liquid Snake.
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, you're right. I like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of military movies, Hemsworth has a movie coming on Netflix on April 24th.
Oh yeah, it's Chris. Isn't it Chris?
Oh yeah. It's coming on. Yeah, I saw the trailer for it the other day.
Speaking of trailers, we didn't get a chance to talk with her today, but Devin Thomas, she has the Sketchlings comedy sketch show. I don't know if you guys got to see the first episode. It came on Thursday. Go to their website. We'll share it on our fan page. Make sure you check her out. Support, like, share, subscribe. Of course, like, share, subscribe to us. But yeah, we got to wrap things up because it is nicely to a fact. And somebody's getting a phone call.
And it's Easter. So
I can't get to it right now, so we just gotta act like it's not happening.
Oh, okay. Oh, so we know who it is.
I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
So we're just gonna keep it moving forward. Nothing's going on. So,
but yeah. So as always, guys, any final thoughts, words, prayers, shout outs, whatever.
As far as this week on Herb's comic book journey, we will be diving into, because this is Blurs and Whiskey, why not go into Iron Man Devil in the Bottle? It was a Devil in the Bottle.
Demon in the Bottle.
Demon in the Bottle. Demon in the Bottle.
Demon in the Bottle.
You're about to find out just how bad of a person Iron Man really is.
Exactly. You all love Robert Downey Jr., but you don't know who it is that Tony Stark actually is. Like, so real quick, I've been having this back and forth with people because everybody loves Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal. And I'm just like, yeah, that's all well and good. Robert Downey Jr. did his thing with the movies. Tony's actually a really bad person.
Yeah.
Like, there's a little story arc.
Three.
And two, he actually had the drinking problem, but they tried to play it like he wasn't drinking alcohol before his heart condition, whatever.
So real quick, Jon Favreau tried to take some of the elements of Demon in the Bottle and put them into Iron Man 2, and Michael Eisner interjected himself and just like, yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
So all you people keep on saying, oh yeah, Iron Man, I cried at the end of Endgame. I cry at Endgame, but not for the reason that the rest of you people cry. I cry when Cap's symbol.
Yeah.
Not when Tony dies, because Tony's a bad person.
Read a comic book.
I still get teary-eyed when I hear about the cheeseburgers at the end, because that was just like, yeah.
He cheated on Pepper the first week they got with him.
I know he did. I know it was a shitty.
He didn't have a kid in the comic book.
I know he's a shitty person, Rick. I'm just saying it's.
Wait till you see Demon in the Bottle.
Yeah.
I was about to say, your whole Iron Man thing is going to change. By the way, Captain America is more Colin Kaepernick than he is just Donald Trump. Just for you people that don't know.
Who said he was like that? Anyway,
Trey, some of the conversations that I have with people, you would go into the next level of rage. Like,
I'm already precipicing, so I don't even want to go there with that thought. Like, it's Captain America. Okay, all right.
Just know I'm out here fighting.
I appreciate it, because I would actually be ready to stab some. All right.
Don't say that on camera, Trey.
I stopped myself.
All right.
Anything you want to say? Happy birthday, homie.
Appreciate it.
Birthday, bro.
Live it up.
What's up? I am.
All right, people. Thanks for tuning in. As always, like, share, subscribe on blurswhiskey.com, YouTube, Castbox. We got Twitter. We got Instagram. Of course, you're here on Facebook.
Merch.
Take us home, Herb.
Hey,
As
Trey,
we always do.
Real quick. Trey, you're saying?
Help us grow so we can do more.
Thank you.
Right.
As we always do, up to it, down to it. Fuck those who don't do it. We do it because we used to it. Drink, motherfucker, drink. Happy birthday.
We out.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and that technicolor rainbow in between, it's your boy Trey Proper.
It's your boy Big Herb.
And thank you for watching Blurs and Whiskey.
Be sure to like, share, subscribe on all social media platforms.
And check us out on blursandwhiskey.com.
Be sure to get that merch.
And come take this shot.